All right, welcome back from the break. Can we continue? Hello, everyone.
Yes, we are back.
All right. So we've been able to see the copy command, the move command, and also how to use grep to filter searches. I would have loved that we'll go into Linux files and permissions today, but with the time remaining, we'll be unable to finish up. So we'll just look at some basic, some other fundamental Linux commands. Let's begin with alias. Now you will notice that I often use clear to clear the screen so
Yes.
that we can see somewhere. All right. Now I can decide I want to use something shorter for clear. Instead of typing out clear, I can say CL. That means I would create alias for clear. Alias means something you can use in place of a name you can use in place of the original name. Okay. Just like I told us that LL is an alias to ls flag L, right? It is easier to type LL than to type ls flag L. Okay. So let's say as I use the clear command often, I can decide to form an alias for the clear command. And in doing that, I first need to confirm if there is any alias already using CL. How do I do that? I just type out alias and tap enter. And these are all the alias I have here. And none of them is CL. If you're unsure, just type alias CL. It says alias CL not found. So now I can decide to give alias CL and alias. Okay. And how do I do that? I will say CL equals to, you string the command. Look at it. Alias CL is equals to C clear. So now if I type CL, it will do clear instruction for me. Okay. Now let's say I also go to this black directory often, and I can decide to go to this black directory from anywhere. So instead of having to say, let's say I'm somewhere inside etc, and I want to go to this black directory, I will have to go cd root home Ubuntu. No, it's not even Ubuntu, you're an EC2 user, please. EC2 user, then black. This is how to get to black from wherever you are. So if I will be going to black often, unlike going to user home, which is just cd, I can create an alias for this. So let's first confirm if there's an alias for, what do we use? Go to black folder, GTBF. Since there's no alias existing for go to black folder, so you can create one. This is equals to copy the command. That's it. So whenever we execute GTBF, what will it do? We execute this instruction for us. All right. So let me go into it and list. Let me cd into SSH and list. Okay. So from here now, Okay, I've forgotten we now have an alias for clear. Print working directory. If I want to go into black, I'll just say GTBF.
Guarantee Trust Bank.
And now I'm in black folder. Okay, that's alias for you. This will come in handy when as on-premise administrator, you have about 7 screens, only you are monitoring. It's just to create alias on these servers of things that you do, commands that you use often. Okay, commands that you use often, create alias for them and then memorize them. All right. However, the alias I just showed us is a temporary one. Okay, look at it. GTBF and clear is a temporary ROM in the sense that if another user signed into this system, that user will not be able to use this alias. Or if I restart this system, the alias I just created will be deleted. Okay. So this is where I'm giving us the first assignment in this module. You go to Google and find the folder where you can permanently create alias. There is a specific folder where you will change directory to, and from that folder, you can permanently create alias. So as long as the alias remains inside that folder, either you change user or you shut down system and restart it, the alias still remains. But with this is a temporary alias. Do you copy the assignment? Hello, do you copy the assignment?
Yes.
All right. Let's look at some other Linux command. Can I quickly create a user and sign in as that user? I want to show us something. So let's say sudo user add. The command to create user, we're going to learn it. I just want to quickly show us this. Sudo user add Francis. Okay. And then I'll say sudo password Francis. Okay, and I'll say let's add Francis as a super user. I'll say sudo user mode flag AG v Francis. Good. SU Francis. Let's clear screen.
CL.
That's one thing about alias. If you are not careful, you won't be used to it. Okay, thank you. So if I run woo, do you see woo now?
Yeah.
Yes.
WHO tells us the users that is signed into this system by default, and that's EC2 user. Okay. Assuming when I want to connect to this system, I connect as Francis, then I'm going to be seeing Francis user here. So who tells us who is signed in? That's one. I've had the opportunity, I was sharing with them in the last, the group A, opportunity of working with a company in a country that don't use the Gregorian calendar style. If you run CAL, it shows you the calendar on this server. But on the server of that company, the country is one of those countries in the Middle East. Their calendar starts from, I think, Friday. Their day of the week. Is it Friday or
No, it starts
Monday?
on Sunday. But
No,
Friday is all these are Qatar, Dubai.
yes.
Yes, their free day is Friday. Private
Friday
sector starts work on Saturday, while public sector starts on
on
Sunday.
on Sunday, yes. So like our own week starts Monday, right? Their
Yes,
starts Sunday.
yes.
And I didn't know. And I've been running clone jobs for them, only for them to say the delay takes time. Why don't I do it the beginning of the week? I'm like, oh God, that's what I've been doing beginning of the week. Only for someone that understands that I'm a remote worker. Let me say, wait, have you been using the Gregorian calendar? Say, oh yes. Say no. That their week starts on Sunday, right? So they've been logging my activities and realized that everything I've been doing is from
On Monday.
Monday. True. And the funny thing is, I was even supposed to work on Sunday with them, but I actually did not get that memo. But if I'd done, okay, so I knew after the guy reached out to me and I ran calendar only to see that their own official days from
Monday
Sunday,
to Thursday.
right? So some of these things are important when you want to run clone jobs. Clone jobs are basically for scheduling tasks such that either you are there or you are not there. Once it is the time you scheduled it, it will execute whatever you ask it to execute. We will learn cron job as well. Okay. Now let's look at PS. PS is the command to see the processes running and also the process ID. Okay. Let me do something quickly. Sudo yum install httpd. Okay. And when you do that, I want to combine two commands together. Agwai sudo systemctl restart httpd. So it's going to install. Okay, that means there's httpd here already. PS. Okay. Now, Apache 2 uses port 80. Nginx also uses port 80. All right. IIS also uses port 80. So we will get into packaging and I will explain this better. But I want to tell us about processes now and how to halt processes. Apache, Nginx, and IIS. These guys use port 80. Now, on a server, no two services can use the same port at a time. So if Apache is using port 80, Nginx and IIS cannot use it. If Nginx is using port 80, then this guy cannot use it. So what you can do is you either move the port others want to use to 81, 82, 83, and so on. But let's say it is important that a process is using a port, or a process is using is running a specific service, and you want to halt that process, you want to kill that process. All you need to do is to run kill flag 9 followed by the process ID. Okay. I've shown us WHO, I've shown us calendar, I'm showing us process now, and how to kill process. Okay. Let me run sudo net start flag tnp pipe and grep for port 80. It says HTTPD is using port 80, and this is the process ID. Everything here we will explain when we get into packages. If you look at the curriculum we shared with you, there's a topic called packages. We're going to explain all of this here. What I want to show us now is process ID and how to kill it. If I also run sudo systemctl status HTTPD, it tells me it is active and running, and this is the port 4423 4423. So if I want to terminate this process, I use this process ID, PID, process ID. So I'll run sudo kill flag 9 4423. Okay, so if I check the status of HTTPD again, you see it says failed. What happened? It was killed. So what that means is another port or another service that wants to use port 80 can now go ahead and use it. Or let's say no port even wants to use it. It's just that as it is running in the background, it's affecting other things I'm doing on my system, and I want to stop it. This is the process. Remember on your Windows, when you run command like Control-Alt-Delete, and it takes you to taskbar. Do you remember? It takes you to task manager rather. And on task manager, you can go there and stop or end task. Do you remember something like that?
Yes.
That's the same thing we are doing with this. So can you see my task manager on Windows now? I can decide I want to end this. So I click on Notepad and I click on what? End task. But on Linux, to do that, you just need to find the process ID and kill it. You want to know more about the kill, I've told us manual KILL. It tells you kill to terminate a process. All right. Okay, so from here, I think we have done enough for this class. If we were to go ahead, it means we'll start permission, but I don't want us to do that. I want us to start that from a fresh class, so it can be fresh in our memory and in our understanding. So I'll let us go with this today, and then encourage everyone to watch class videos and practice extensively, especially the copy, the move command, the grep, the process command, and all of that. So when we come into class on Thursday, we will not look at file permissions. You should be able to combine 3 topics together because we have, let me say we are still building the foundation. But if we have built a good foundation on navigation, I think the rest are just understanding how the command works, in what scenario, and how to apply. Basically, what everybody needs in Linux is application of these commands. Okay. It's possible you know a command and you get to where to apply it, and you don't even know this is the command you will use in this place. All right. So we're going to be looking at that critically from our next class. That's it. Will there be any question?
Do you have any question?
All right. So for those that joined the class after the break, we've learned a lot of things before the break. The class videos will be up on your group playlist 1 hour from now. So you can go check it out. The playlist is not public. You don't even need to expect any notification in your emails. Just bookmark the playlist. You'll see all the videos on your playlist. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Go back to work soon.